morning to all you wonderful people out there. Welcome to Let's Talk. And here at Let's Talk, we like to talk about things that matter to you, where we come up with workable and practical solutions so we have more action and less talk. I'm your host, Jason, with my co-host,
Still Cheryl.
still Cheryl. She hasn't changed her name. I don't know if that will be happening, but she says she's
know
still
what?
Cheryl, which means she may change it.
Well, welcome back, Jason, because you've been missing for a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks or 1 week?
I don't know. I just know you've been missing. I wanted to put that in there.
Yeah. Thank you for having me back. You had a capable co-host. You all handled business.
Capable is a stretch.
Oh my gosh.
He warmed the seat
That's it?
and he helped the hour to go by. But
Okay.
you were missed, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Even if it's just for you to take cheap shots at me because I could take them so well. I got broad shoulders, so I could take the punishment and the abuse.
Well, yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah,
He did
I
a
think
good
so.
job.
I think so.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Mhm.
Wasn't able. I had to watch the replay because I couldn't watch it during live, but
Okay.
did a good job.
Yeah.
You're always legit. So guys, today we're talking about a subject, preparing our youth for success. And the reason why it came to me is because I had the privilege of sitting in some interviews recently. And I must say, I was very disappointed in the way the youth presented themselves.
Mhm.
Very basic questions we asked,
Right.
asking them, and they weren't able to answer. As simple as saying, tell me about yourself.
Wow.
It was like, wow.
Wow.
Then he'd be like, oh man, some talking too much. And he'd be like, oh man, this one talk himself right out of a job. And I'm sitting there and be like, bro, stop talking. And I can't say nothing, but I just
Wow.
hoping that he just
Wow.
stopped talking. I said, what? I
I
was
mean,
like,
without giving details, what they gave negative things about themselves, or they just went on aimlessly.
aimlessly, nervous talkers,
Okay.
telling stories that don't need to be told, which did
Okay.
not come off in a good light. Maybe he was like drawing reference as to what he used to do and how he's
Okay.
changed now, but we don't need to know all
yes,
of that.
absolutely.
'Cause
yeah.
As far as we're concerned, you may still have that part.
Right. Exactly.
And I felt it for him because you see, they were trying,
right.
but it's just that maybe they had nobody to guide
To
them on how
guide
to take
them.
these things. And these, little children. I'm talking about people in their 20s,
Wow.
early 30s,
Wow.
not knowing how to
right.
present
to sell
themselves.
themselves.
So I was like, wow, we really need to
Mhm.
focus on our youth
Yes.
so that when they do go into the job market, they
Mhm.
know how to
Right.
present themselves, even sell themselves, even though it might not be true, but at least they know how to market themselves.
Right.
So hence we came up with the topic, equipping our youth for success.
Mhm.
And it definitely doesn't regulate it just to the job market,
No.
because you want to be successful in every area of
Yes.
life. And I
Yes.
think we, as parents, have fell down again, before right back on the parenting topic.
Yes.
We,
That's where it all begins.
Yeah.
It all begins at home. But I think that job though belongs to the village.
yes,
That job belongs to the village. Everyone who comes in contact with a child. And I think in the school environment, of course, Jason, we have to invite it. We invite persons to call us.
oh, definitely.
Yes, please feel free to call, join the conversation, 352-8255. It's at the bottom of the screen. Or you can drop us a message in the chat. We'll read it out and we'll continue the conversation on our page as well. But I was about to say, in school, we try to do everything. And we tell children that even the rules, we have a lot of rules in school, but all of these things are applicable for life.
Yes.
We encourage you to come to school on time, not because we want to see you at 9
Right.
o'clock, because we want you to develop the habit of disciplining
yes,
yourself to
yes,
be on time,
yes.
because the job will require that.
Definitely.
And even if you become an entrepreneur, you're working for yourself, you will definitely need that discipline. A lot of time, kids will say, yeah, I'm going to work for myself. But that's where they fall short. You will require more discipline if you're going to work for yourself.
Most definitely.
And a lot of these habits we try to develop in them. And a lot of kids who come to school late, it's because of parents.
Parents are late.
I've had parents say to me, oh, she wake up late. I tell her wake up on time, but she wake up late. And yet she that. But I said, well, who takes her to school? Because I don't care what time you wake. When I'm ready to go, you better be ready.
Gotta be ready.
You know, so we have a lot of children who are not, they're not held to any kind of standard,
Correct.
any kind of standard. And a lot of it, like you say, it starts at home, but it belongs to all of us. The
Right.
responsibility belongs to all
It
of us.
starts at home, but it doesn't
Mhm.
end at home.
Right.
It's supposed should be a continuation. You pass the baton.
Right.
You know, our message on Sunday was going on leaving a legacy
Right.
and how you pass on the baton. So,
Mhm.
like that, I think that could be said here as well. It should be started at home, and then you pass the baton. Like the child is the baton, you pass them on to the next,
Mhm.
whatever,
Right.
whether it's the grandparents, the school, whatever it is.
Right.
Like you said, the village. I agree with that. The village
Mhm.
helps to raise a well-rounded,
Child.
successful child.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
because the child is not going to stay in the home.
Stay in the home.
He goes out
exactly.
into the village, so the
Mhm.
village has to say, okay, this is what's acceptable or
Right.
not acceptable.
Right.
So definitely the village does play a part in it.
And it becomes confusing if the village is not saying the same thing. You know, a lot of times people give the impression that, okay, this one is doing it wrong, the next one is doing it wrong, and it confuses the child.
Yes.
So it's important that the village should have a general standard of what's acceptable and what, you know. I know we are a little further removed from the parents.
Mhm.
Because even now we still have that struggle in school. We have the uniform, and we ask kids to look a certain way as it relates to their hair. Young men, you're supposed to have a crew cut, a hair, schoolboy haircut. But then they look at other, everybody's wearing different hairstyle.
Mhm.
There's all of those things. So there are some things that we have moved away from.
Yes.
But the standard as it relates to your character and as it relates to how you express yourself and certain disciplines, I don't think that
Yes.
has changed
Yes.
at all.
That's the word, discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Sorely lacking.
Yes.
And to your point, as the village and the home having a different standard or maybe confusing the child, that's why it still boils back down to the parent that they make sure put them in an environment that's going to reinforce
Yeah.
what they're saying at home.
Exactly.
Not letting the child choose the environment to go in.
Right.
The parents should say, okay, this is where you need to go. This is who you associate with.
Mm-hmm.
So the parent primarily
Yes.
dictates that. So here on Let's Talk, we encourage and we welcome participation. Like Cheryl said, we want to hear from you guys because we're not the experts. We're not the subject matter experts on anything by no stretch of the imagination. So we definitely want to hear from you because we do this show for you.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your views on this. So give us a call, 352-8255, or drop a comment in the chat and we'll read it out live and respond that accordingly. So like I say, on Let's Talk, we like to not just talk about a problem, we also like to come up with solutions. So we
Right.
look to hear from you with solutions
Right.
on how we can equip our children for success because they are our future leaders. They
Mm-hmm.
who we will be answering to.
Mm-hmm.
So if we put thugs and villains out there, they're going to be in charge of us when we step off the scene.
Oh,
So
Lordy.
we want to make sure we leaving them in putting ourselves
Mm-hmm.
in capable hands.
We have some well-dressed thugs and villains out there,
Yes.
Jason.
We can look the part.
What do you say?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I guess the character part is so important.
It's very
But
more
what does
important.
success look like? If we're going to prepare them for success, we have to have a picture as to what success looks like. So what does success look like? Maybe we should talk about that.
So my thing, what success looks like, I guess I'll come up with some
Mhm.
points. And I have
Mhm.
8 points on, I think, which we need to address
Okay.
to help them be successful.
Mhm.
Now, I can't say these are correct, all correct. Some you may say, okay, yes, some have more meaning than the others. But
Mhm.
these, I have 8 points that I would like to discuss, and I hope time permits. But we'll jump right into those 8 points right after this quick commercial breakfast.
Ready?
Breakfast? Where does that go? Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I'd love to have some breakfast.
Hi, I'm Haley, and let's say what's going on at Soccer Ping Pong today. We have the gun range. We have the shooting cars. We have mini golf. Hole in one! We have the sniper tower. I'm I'm having a blast. So come on down to Sniper Paintball every Saturday and Sunday. You're gonna love it.
Not me.
And we're back after our commercial breakfast. So, again, join us on the show. Give us a call, 352-8255, or drop a comment in the chat on what you think our children need to be equipped for success. And we have our first commenter. Thank you so much for joining us, Lady Page.
Lady Page says, the village stopped checking when parents started having a problem with others disciplining their child, but they're not even disciplining them.
Oh, so true.
That is
so true. And sad and true.
And
Ariel says,
I agree, Cheryl. I'm not sure what she's agreeing with.
Maybe the village
Maybe
thing.
about the village, us needing the village.
Yes, definitely.
But how do we get around that? Because I agree with Lady P Page, because if your help is rejected, then how can you help?
Well, let it be said that you offered the help and it was
the help.
rejected. Because you cannot, like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water,
Right.
you can't make him drink.
Yes.
Let it be said that they rejected your help.
Right.
Not that you offered it because they don't want it.
Okay.
You know? So like I was saying, I had 8 points and I'd like to get to them.
Okay.
The first one, I think, in order to equip our child for success, the first one, and the most important one, I think, they need to establish a relationship with Jesus.
Yes. I agree with that.
That right there is key. You lay a foundation of that. Everything else builds on top of that. So even if you miss one of the points, once you have that relationship settled and grounded, your road to success cannot be stopped. If you get this first point down,
Right.
relationship with Jesus. Now I know everybody doesn't subscribe to my Christianity, so that's why I have the other 8 points. But for me, the first point is establish a relationship with Jesus, because this world is going
Right.
to hell in a hand basket. And we see it. We see the signs everywhere.
Really fast.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, so what keeps me sane and gives me hope is my relationship and knowing that there's something afterwards.
Right.
Right? There's a life afterwards, and that's what's prepared for it. And besides, even if I didn't bring up the point about afterwards, the key is that Jesus, the principles that he pushes, the way for living, treating others with kindness, forgiving and helping out wherever you can, and all of his principles for living.
Right.
That's your best self. If you could implement those principles, if everybody does that, this world would be a utopia. Because the principle. Oh, okay.
No, agreed. Yes. And I wanted to say, even in the scripture tells us that, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you hope and a bright future. And that talks about your success. It's not a life without strife or struggles
Correct.
or hardship, but it's a life that teaches you how to deal with struggles and hardship. So I definitely agree with you that having a strong spiritual foundation is a very, very good place to start as it relates to preparing our children.
Yes.
And what I think, when I ask you what success looks like, for me, for a child, success looks like being self-sufficient, being able to take care of yourself.
Correct.
And take care of your whole self, without my existence.
Right.
So I can imagine it's a breath of fresh air for any parent who can say, I know my child will be okay
Yes.
when I'm gone.
Yes.
Spiritually, financially,
Yes.
health-wise, emotionally, socially, you have prepared that child, and you can, but a lot of us can't say that. A lot of us are worried, sick
Yes.
about our children because we know we have not done the job to prepare them.
And so sad. And that's an indictment on the parent.
Absolutely.
If you have nobody to take over after you're gone, you failed.
Yes.
If nobody can carry on your legacy, you failed. If your child cannot exist without you here, I mean, as an adult, not of
Right.
course, then
Right.
you failed. That's an
Right.
indictment on you as your leadership or your provision. So I agree with you on what a successful child looks like. So, and you mentioned health, finances, being able to take care of themselves, all of that stuff. So those fall right into my points where I more or less categorized what a successful child looked like
Right.
and each area we need to address
Right.
to make them successful.
Successful.
So
Okay.
like I said, the first one was relationship with
Yes,
Jesus, right? That's
definitely.
paramount.
Mhm.
My second one is teaching your child how to be accountable.
Mhm.
You know, don't no blame game.
Yes, take
You
responsibility.
made a mistake. Take responsibility for your actions.
Yes, that is so vital.
That is lacking in this
Yes,
world.
yes.
It's always somebody else's fault.
Mhm. From they're young, and I don't know. It's like they come out of the womb just trying to blame someone
Yep.
else.
Yep.
You know, and they hear us talk, you know. I
Yes.
think we're a big example, poor example in that area, because they hear us blaming the
Yes.
man and blaming the
Government
politicians
and teachers
and blaming
and
this one and
church
blaming
and
that
everybody.
one. Don't blame me, I vote this one, or don't, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? We blame everybody. With,
Yes.
and not take responsibility. And our children grow up doing the same thing. And then we get upset
Yep.
when we hear them blaming the teacher and blaming this
Right.
thing and the next thing.
See, Cheryl, a child will blame everybody else because they're immature.
Right.
They don't know how to take accountability. So that's why, as us as parents, we have to teach them how to take
Absolutely,
accountability.
yes.
And how do we do this? By remodeling that. We
Yes.
take accountability for our own
Yeah.
lives. Like you say, so many people don't do that. It's always somebody else's fault. The government ain't do it. The teaching ain't teaching. The church supposed to do this. You know, everybody.
Husband ain't do
my
this.
husband ain't
The
do this. My
wife
wife ain't do it.
this, yes.
The
My
s-
mother
the
ain't
work,
do this.
The job on the job ain't do it. It's like it's always somebody
Somebody
else's
else.
fault.
Yes.
Mind you, sometimes it is somebody else's fault, but it's how you react.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't control what the people do. You control how you react. And more times than not, it's your reaction which determines which way
Yes.
the situation goes.
Yeah.
Whether you further compound it and make it worse, or you lead it on the path to something better. And that's taking accountability for your part to play in it. It's never always somebody else's fault. I believe in most cases, we all share blame in whatever situation we're in. You know, apart from children who have very little over the direction of their lives, us as adults, wherever we are right now in life is almost a direct reflection of decisions we made,
Yes.
almost all the time, right? So we have to show the children how to take accountability. Because like you say, coming out of the womb, they don't know how to do that. But in order to be successful in life, they have to learn how to take
Have to.
accountability. They have to.
Have to.
So that was point number 2.
Have to, yes.
Point number 3 I have here is respect. Respect for themselves, respect for others, and respect for authority. I don't know I think respect is a dirty word now.
It sure is.
Because you look how people carry themselves. And you might say that's self-pride or pride within themselves, self-worth or whatever, but how they carry themselves, how they dress, how they speak, things what they do to their bodies, it shows a lack of respect for themselves,
Yes.
right? And then lack of respect for others, other people and other people's
But how?
property.
Can you respect others without respecting yourself?
That's true. If you don't respect yourself,
be
it's
very
highly
hard,
unlikely you
yeah.
respect other people.
Yeah. And I it goes back to the adults.
Yes.
You know, I have a friend who jokes about all the time when her son repeats things she says. A lot of times when we're in traffic or on, you know, road rage, we're on the road.
Road rage is real.
And we say things and we're oblivious to the fact that
Mhm.
sometimes, you know, the kids are listening and they repeat what we
Yeah.
say or they do, especially when they're younger. They don't know any better.
Yep.
But it is important that we're a very disrespectful society.
Oh,
very
yes.
disrespectful.
Yes.
And we find it so it's like disrespect is second nature now
Oh,
to everyone and everything.
You're
And
right up
we
there
are
with
the
cheating.
same ones. We get upset when people disrespect us or when our children disrespect us. But they see the blatant disrespect that we
Blatant,
show to
yes.
others. And we expect them to respect us in the blink of an eye.
yeah,
you know?
hypocritical.
Yeah,
very hypocritical.
Very.
And you know, that disrespect shows we reflect that to our children, model that to our children when we disrespect people behind their back.
Yes.
Like authority figures, like,
right.
you know, we talk about people so bad
Yes.
behind their back and then we smile in
yeah.
their face.
Yeah.
And the children see this. That's
Yes.
not respect. So the children do the
So
same thing.
They do the same thing.
So,
Total disregard for,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
for others.
yeah, so there's not I can't see anybody being truly successful without having respect for themselves
For themselves.
and for
yeah.
others and respecting
Yeah.
others, respecting people's property.
Right.
Because people think especially this day and time,
Mm-hmm.
they're entitled
Right.
to things. Oh, because of who I am, you might have that, but because it's me, I want it, I could take it.
Right.
Without respecting boundaries and respecting people.
Mm-hmm. We
So
have a lot of disregard for others.
Yes.
We treat others so poorly. I think, as a society, we treat others very poorly. A lot of us are pious. We look down on people.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
a lot of these things are, we are very poor examples. And it's these subtle things that we don't pay attention to,
Yes.
and we feel like this is not a big deal.
Right.
But like you said, the children, they see all of this and they adopt it, and it comes out in them later on.
That's
when
right.
when they least expect it, when we least expect it. And a lot of times, it's that chink that we put in their armor, and we
Mhm.
send them off,
Yes.
and it hurts them.
Right. Right. We're setting them up for failure.
Exactly.
And like I say, it was so clear when I was able to sit in on those interviews. They didn't think, the interviews, they didn't think they were doing anything wrong,
No,
how they
exactly.
presented themselves, because
Exactly.
it was acceptable in their home or acceptable in their
Thank you.
circles.
Mhm.
Wherever it was acceptable, so they felt they could come and present
Mhm.
themselves the same way. And I was like,
Exactly.
bro, where you going?
And exactly, and I think one you said this before in the show, when we were talking about, I think, parenting, and you would have mentioned to your children that, okay, you are your I don't remember the exact words, but you are your parents. Your children, they are yours.
Reflection.
However you feel about them, that's for you.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
you feel, and you're the only one
Exactly.
who considers them a superstar. Or
Exactly.
you consider them this.
Exactly.
When you go out in the world,
No,
you're not a superstar
No.
to the world.
no.
You are not the best
No.
of the best of the world. You are that at home. But
That's it.
so I think we need to sell them the same
The
dream.
real
Right.
real deal. Set them the
While
real-
I love you to the moon and back, and I'll do anything for you, the world is not going to do
Exactly.
anything
To chew you up and
for
spit you.
you.
Only we owe you that.
Exactly.
We, the parents, owe you that. The
So-
world don't owe you a
Mhm.
doggone thing.
Exactly.
So don't go there expecting the world to accept you the way
How
we
your
accept you.
parents do. Exactly.
And again, the parents do the children a disservice by
Right.
making them
Mhm.
feel that
Exactly.
the home is the world.
is the world. Exactly.
No. So you got to prepare the children for the world, not the
Exactly.
world for the children, because the world ain't changing.
Right. And so even and you go, and that's why sometimes even in school, when there's an issue, the parent comes into school and they want the school to treat the child
Yes.
how they treat them.
Yes.
They
Never.
want that to be, and that will never be the case.
Never. I don't.
know?
And what would make a parent think that could happen? Can
Exactly.
can a parent go on the job and tell the job to conform to her?
Some
Okay,
of
the
us are
job need to
crazy
adjust
like that.
the working schedule because you can't make it.
Mhm.
The job need to, because you having your monthly or whatever, you having a bad day, so the job now has to shut down because which world they living in?
Exactly.
The world don't operate like that. So why would we make our children feel
Exactly.
that way we set them up for failure?
For failure.
For failure.
For
A
failure,
saying says, it's best to prepare your child for the road than to try to prepare the road
Road.
for your child.
Absolutely.
You can't. You can't do it.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
So that was the third point. Now, the only one I said has to be number one is the relationship with Jesus. All
Right.
these other ones are just, they take them in no
Yes.
order.
Right.
Conflict resolution.
Hmm.
What happens? You cannot be successful if you don't know how to successfully resolve
Love
conflict.
conflicts, Yes.
Because again, there are many different personalities out there,
Mhm.
and you have to know how to
Right.
interact with them.
Mhm.
These can't solve everything. They solve some
Exactly.
things.
Yes. Yes.
So if you're looking to solve the world with these, you got a short life ahead of you, or you got a short freedom ahead of you, you'll be incarcerated for the better part of your life if you're trying to solve everything with these.
Mhm.
So you have to learn you have to teach your child. And I
Yeah.
don't think we do a good job of that as parents.
No.
The reason why I say that is because we get quick to beat.
Mhm.
But I don't know, these days, do parents beat these days?
I think they do, but they don't do it as often now.
Okay.
No, you don't find that as often.
Okay.
I think it went out with our generation.
Mm.
I think we're the problem. We stopped the beating.
So we start beating it.
We stopped beating, yeah.
Ouch, I think so. But
Yeah. I think these children need beaten more than we
oh
did.
yes, it's showing it's
you
lacking.
know, yeah.
So
I don't know
Okay.
if there's any parent out there who doesn't want to beat their child. You can pay me. I can do it.
Gladly, eh?
For breakfast,
Gladly.
lunch, and dinner.
So guys, we're talking a lot. If you want to call in and you have a point to add or you just want to rebut what we're saying, if we're not making sense, call us in and let
Yeah.
us know.
And I definitely don't agree with you, Jason. If you're about to say that, because corporal punishment was the first option to discipline us when we were growing up, that's what causes kids to be so aggressive.
No. It's more than just that.
Okay.
We got beaten, and we deserved it,
Right.
but we didn't get explanations with it.
Right.
Some kids were just
Right.
beat, and some parents would just beat and just send them off. Me, I beat. I don't
Right.
like to do it,
yeah.
but it was the last resort.
But there's a conversation.
It was a
either
conversation,
before or after.
and every time
or
they
both.
felt my hand, they knew beforehand why it was coming. They knew
Exactly.
why it happened.
But Jason, we knew why it happened as well?
Yeah.
We knew, like, I was talking to a child today, and she was like, "Oh, my mommy can beat me."
Yeah,
I
they
said,
know.
"Yeah, I hope she wait till you get in the shower."
Oh,
I said, "That's
know a
what used to
parent like
happen to us. They used to wait till we get in the shower. when
all
your
naked,
skin
ain't no
wet.
clothes,
Oh
ain't no
my
clothes
God.
to absorb
That's the
nothing.
worst.
The wor-
Wet skin beating on wet skin. You know, I was an angel. I don't know why I ever got corporal punishment.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Clearly, you were an angel.
whatever.
Mhm.
But you know, yeah, we did. We got a lot of cut up in
Yeah,
our
and we're
time.
better for it. I
Yeah.
think so because we knew discipline was coming, consequences were coming.
Yes, exactly.
And for some of us, that stopped some of us from continuing our bad behavior.
And some of us who, you know, we did it anyhow, we accepted it.
Yep.
But we have
Yeah.
kids now who are getting up in parents' faces. They
Yeah.
don't want to accept any punishment for anything.
And feel like they should not get beaten.
Right.
We don't
Yeah.
get off that.
Yeah.
Like I say, the spirit of entitlement, right? So you have to curb that. And they're getting it because they're watching these things. They're
Yes.
seeing the people across the waters get away with it. I'm not going to say with skin color, but you know,
Please
they
don't.
see some people getting away with it, so they feel now, okay.
And they have become emotional and manipulative.
Oh.
And you know, now they're using. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are. I don't want to make light of it. There are some serious emotional and mental health issues, but a lot of kids use that to manipulate parents
Yes.
out of beating them.
Yes. And the
But
parents so fool. They fall for it hook,
telling
line, and
you.
sinker. That time the child just being manipulated. The spirit of
Exactly.
manipulation hard on them.
Exactly.
So, but that's again, how can you as a parent allow a child to manipulate you? How you allow your child to manipulate you? Now, mind you, I know I was manipulated sometimes, right? You come with
By
the
the
little,
daughter, I'm
by the
sure.
daughter, of course, because fathers, I don't know why we're so soft on
suckers,
our
yeah,
daughters,
yeah.
and we
As it should be.
contribute to that problem
Yeah.
as fathers because now the daughter believes she could go out into the world and do that foolishness. So as fathers, we help contribute to some of this
But
problems.
I wouldn't say that affects any. What that success is whatever success comes from that. That's a good thing.
No. Because just how y'all complain about
No,
these
it's
garbage men out
No,
there,
it's
then you have
not-
men complaining about
no.
these
in that
women
way,
who feel entitled.
No, it's about. I don't think it's entitlement. I think it's about you treating her with some level of softness.
gentle-
so she
yes.
exactly. So she expects that from us.
Yes, and well,
and
she
that's
should.
not a bad thing.
Not until she's manipulating you into.
If she uses it for
Yeah,
bad,
and-
anything can be
and-
used for negative.
Yeah.
But yeah, if
But
it's,
we restrain.
Yeah.
Let's get-
and you got your whole 8 things.
No, we down to 4, man. We moving,
Oh,
we
thank
rolling.
God. Let's go. 'cause-
Conflict resolution. So definitely we went off on a tangent, and so then we have to know how to train our children to resolve conflict without resorting to violence.
Yes.
The only time you should resort to violence is if you're trying to defend yourself. So if the other person is coming at you violently and you cannot walk away,
Right.
defend yourself. That's all I can say. Don't be the aggressor, but don't be no punching bag for nobody, male or female. Don't be anybody's punching bag. Defend yourself. But conflict resolution, we need to learn how to use our words.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about threatening words now, because we can use our words. If one thing baby know how to do,
Oh my
we
gosh,
can
yes.
use our words.
Why are you calling me Jason?
So,
Yeah. Definitely.
conflict, better words. Use our
Yes.
mature words.
Have
Use our adult words.
conversations.
Right.
But you know, we're so lazy.
Yes.
We're a lazy generation. We just like to tell we tell our children, don't be no punk.
Mhm.
We don't want to have sensible conversations. A lot of us are ignorant. A lot of us don't know any better.
Right.
So we tell them, don't be no punk. Anybody
Mhm.
hit you, you hit them
Hit
back.
them back,
You hit them
no.
twice as hard so they don't
Yeah.
come back.
Right.
You know, we tell our kids, Jason, why you look guilty? You told the kids that
That's
thing.
all something I said. Hey,
Yeah.
something I said is correct.
But we have to take a commercial break, so we'll continue on conflict resolution when we be right back.
Yes.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. I am Yvette Swain here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. Please be sure to join us every Monday at 6 p.m. and we will share the Word of God with you. That is Mondays at 6 p.m. right here on Superior Talk Bahamas with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We look forward to seeing you then. God bless you. Bye-bye.
And we're back. And Cheryl had something else to say about conflict resolution, but I hear we have some more comments, so we definitely don't want to neglect our good viewers.
Yes, Lady P. Page says, yes, a relationship with God is the ultimate level of success because what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and lose his soul?
One soul.
Amen.
Yes, you're preaching, sister.
I'm telling you, she says, being stable mentally, spiritually, financially, physically is success.
Success, yes.
Agreed.
Agreed, 100%.
Yes. And
Okay.
okay, having loving, healthy relationships is success.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. She got all the points,
Respect is
man.
becoming a lost concept these days.
Yeah.
Yes. And subtle, and you know what I know we're talking about conflict resolution, but she said that's why so many young people cannot survive in the real world. Their parents are failing them.
Yes.
So,
Agreed.
So true.
Amen,
And
says Murphy. Thank you, Sister
aced-
Murphy.
We have aced the subtle disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of us, we're not bold in your face
Right.
disrespectful anymore.
Right.
We just subtle
Mm-hmm.
with it, and we do it. And a lot of us who should know better, big, grown, crusty people who should know better. We're the ones who are doing these things. You know?
Yes.
We're the ones who are doing these things. And
Yeah.
people are watching, the young persons are watching.
Right.
We are failing. We're failing all of them.
They're modeling our behavior.
Mhm.
And then we can't say anything because we're still doing it. It ain't like
Yes.
we were doing it and we
Mhm.
changed. So now we can say, okay, yes, I did it. And I found out that wasn't the right way to go, so you don't do it.
Right.
No, we're still doing it.
Exactly.
We're still disrespectful. We still don't respect our superior. We still don't
Yeah.
respect authority. We don't respect other people's
Mhm.
property. We don't respect ourselves.
Right.
You know, like I said, we abuse our bodies. We abuse we just abusive,
Right.
you know?
And exactly. And the thing is, disrespect is not just about in your face kind of saying bad things.
Mhm.
We subtly disrespect everything.
Yeah.
How we treat our jobs, like you say, how, you know, we do it in a
Yes.
disrespectful way. So a lot of times, like you say, how we abuse our bodies, that's disrespectful.
Yes.
How we abuse other people, how we dress,
Yes.
you know.
Welcome to Let's Talk Caller. You are live.
Hey, Jason.
What's going on? What's going on, Mr. Darren? I hear from you in a minute. What's happening, man?
All right. Working, family, and other stuff, man.
Yes, sir. Life been life in.
Able to tune in today. I think because of the times we live in now, I think for whatever reason, we haven't changed, but our parenting style has changed.
Agreed.
Because the amount of cut up I used to get when I was small, I don't issue that amount of cut up.
Real, right?
I
Right.
for whatever reason, I just don't do it.
Right.
I think the way our parents issued punishment might have been a little excessive, but it didn't kill us.
Right.
It probably made us a little better. But, you know, you think when you know better, you do better. So I was of the view that, okay, I'm going to do things a little differently than my parents did. And then as you get older, let's say you're young when you had your first set of kids, and then some more came along and you get a little older, you might not be into disciplining them the way you used to discipline them
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you were a bit younger. So
right.
you might be a little more lenient.
Mm-hmm.
Because from my first ones to my last one, the older kids and say, boy,
Yep.
It's
daddy
true.
would
So-
kill us with the beating,
Yes.
which you just get away with.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I've heard it. I've heard it myself.
Yes.
You know, and then I remember my mommy say in Cat Island, her parents used to tie them to a tree and beat them.
Oh,
You know?
I think that's
My mommy
illegal.
tell me that they used to get tied to a tree
wow.
and beaten. That's what she used to tell me.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I think parenting has changed, and then I saw I saw what you said about our children watching TV from our neighbors in the north, and then now they adopting that kind of
Mm-hmm.
that mentality, that culture difference is rubbing off on
Yes.
Mhm.
our children. What
Yes.
they see those other kids do, they figure that's the norm, and they could do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta curb that too.
Right.
Agreed. Yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yes.
So thank you so much for calling in, caller. We appreciate it. We appreciate your feedback.
Yeah.
Continue to tune in,
Whenever
man.
you get on, I'll get on.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But you know, I over here with all this Nassau traffic. So, you know, it isn't
Okay.
easy leaving home to try and get somewhere to log on.
Hours, you be hours in traffic, right?
Yeah.
Just don't let that road rage get you.
No. Okay, man.
Thank you, man. Be safe.
All right.
Yeah, that is so true. And
Yeah.
he's right. That's what we're talking about. The
Yep.
fact that we parent a lot differently
A lot.
than our parents. And it didn't kill us, and I think it made us who we are. So why is it that we hesitate?
We think we know better than our parents. Oh, they did it wrong, and we think we so much more have so much more information.
I think for some reason we
understanding.
feel like we were lacking
Mm-hmm.
something, and we're trying to give our children what we
Yes.
felt like we never had. I think
Right.
the emotional aspect, because in our generation we were never hugged, and
Yep.
we got that conversation,
Right.
regular conversation. We never got that.
Right.
Our parents communicated, but they did it in different ways.
Yes.
And so we feel like we owe our children something that
Right.
we ourselves never got. And I think that's where maybe the balance, there wasn't much of a balance. Maybe we kind of went too
too
far.
far left. Yeah, we went too far left. They was too far right, and we went
Yeah,
too
we
far
went-
left. We didn't find the
exactly.
good middle.
Exactly.
Like you and like you touched something when you said we thought we were lacking stuff. So what we thought we lacked, we give to our children now.
Mhm.
So we made life so much easier for them, and they're not appreciative of
No, they're
appreciative of it.
not.
We had it hard, and we appreciate
We
every
appreciate-
little thing.
Exactly.
But then, because everything comes so easy to them,
Yes.
they feel entitled. So
Exactly.
we bred the entitlement upon them. So
Well,
it's
and the
our
thing
fault.
is, and here's what's so crazy about us, because in our mind we're expecting them to understand the
Right.
sacrifice that we're making, but they can't relate to that.
no,
Because they don't know what we went
They don't know
through.
the struggles. And then
So
some of us even saying it, we hiding it from them.
Well, that's true too. That's
No.
true. So that's why they feel like, okay, what are you running on with?
Yes.
This is what
That's
they're
the norm.
seeing,
That's
and,
the
and
norm.
this
Yeah.
is their norm.
What you mean you're always
You know.
hungry? I
Yeah.
mean, what do you mean hungry? I don't know.
They don't
food
know
always
anything
there.
about hunger.
Oh,
They don't know
oh.
anything about lack either.
Right, lack. They don't know anything about
and,
lack.
And all they know is options.
Yes, yes.
They know options.
because
they know
we wanted to
preferences.
provide for
And
them.
we ask,
Yeah.
what do you want for dinner? What do
Yes.
you want for lunch?
Or
what
you
do
know
you
that
want
you're
for
making
this?
two different dinners
I have
for two different
never
children.
been asked in my life
You better eat
what I want
Exactly.
for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
You better eat with it, and you hope something there for you to eat.
You better. You understand? But our kids
They're
have,
privileged,
and
entitled.
we are responsible.
Yes, we are. Nobody
But-
else fault but us.
But going back to
Conflict resolution.
we're an angry nation,
Yes.
angry society,
Yes.
just angry culture, and that is what our kids see.
Yeah, Cheryl, I think it goes back to us accountability or entitlement, because if you're angry because you think you're entitled to something,
Right.
if you realize that, hey, I'm not really entitled to that, then you may have a different viewpoint. You wouldn't be as angry
True.
as you think you are.
True.
So conflict resolution it's a perception. You're in a conflict because you're not seeing eye to eye. Why aren't we seeing eye to eye? Because somebody believed they should have something.
Something
So, but we have to teach our children how to successfully manage conflict and use words,
right.
positive words, to try to navigate conflict
Right.
rather than resorting to violence, because
Right.
that will not make for successful anything.
And how to not see themselves as victims
Yes.
in situations, because like you see a lot of times too, we believe that we're the victim,
Yes.
and we believe that we are at a disadvantage.
Yes.
And so we definitely need to teach them that, not in all in most conversations, you're not going to leave getting your way.
Right.
So we have to help them navigate when they don't get
Yeah,
their way.
Right.
They
How to
get their
handle
way at
themselves.
home, and
Right.
they go in the world, and they expect that, they're going to get their way as well, because, mommy and daddy allowed them that.
Right. Yeah. So it's us.
Yes.
Prepare them for reality.
Again, yes.
The world will be saying no quite a lot. And you have to
Mhm.
work for what you want. Mommy and daddy give it to you, but no, you got to
Yes.
work for it. So on to the next one, I would say education.
Mhm.
Some might say that should have been high up on the list, but I'm
As
talking.
you said, it's not in any
Right, it's not in any order.
Mhm.
So definitely, in order for them to be successful,
Mhm.
they have to have a decent education. I wouldn't say collegiate education,
It
but they
doesn't have
need
to
to
be formal, but yes,
right. They
should
need to be
trained.
educated because
I
without
agree.
education, you cannot communicate
Mhm.
successfully.
Right.
You have to be able to read. You have to be able to interpret. You have to be able to critically think.
Mhm.
And I believe education, the educational system, helps to instill all of that inside them.
Mhm.
So they definitely need to have a successful education.
Yes,
In order
I
to be
agree, because you need that
successfully
for
educated.
your means for finances. I mean, what is if you are going to have to sell some form of skill for money,
Yes.
so whether you're, even if you're working for yourself, it must be some skill you have. If you can braid hair, if you can, and a lot of these things come through training. So whatever that is, education is important.
Most definitely.
And so yeah, that's important. But a lot of times I don't know how we allow our children to choose, as it relates to what they want to do.
Right.
Some parents are stickler, especially parents who went to college. They make sure their children go to college.
Right.
Or even if, or the opposite, if they never went to college, they know the value of college, and it's something they wanted to do and never got the opportunity. So they make sure their
force it on
kids
it, right.
go to college. But then we have some other persons on the other hand, they let the child choose what they want to do after. But
Right.
it's important to set your child up for a future.
Right, and see, have that conversation. Don't let them be a bum, a freeload.
Right.
You want
Yeah.
them to have a respectable life because there are
Yeah.
some ways of making money that's not legal and that's not respectable. We're definitely
Right.
not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about having a decent,
we're talking about
respectable,
legal.
legally and decent.
And
Because there are
decent.
some legal, indecent professions out there.
I don't know any. Legal
Anyway, we
and
can leave that there.
indecent.
We can leave that
It's
right there.
illegal, Jason. It's
Yes,
not legal.
it's
if
legal
indecent.
and it's indecent. But
Okay.
anyway,
You'll tell me after the show.
yeah,
'cause
tell
I
you after the
sincerely
show because I don't want to give anybody
any
any
ideas.
ideas, because they're like,
Okay.
oh, I could do that. That's legal.
Yes.
We're definitely not promoting that. But you want them to explore our options.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give them a choice because God has placed gifts and talents in each of us, and us as parents or as guardians, it's up to us to help bring that out.
Yes.
So you have conversations with your child. What do you want to do? And then you try steer them along that course
Mm-hmm.
so that they can be successful in that talent God bless them with. Because
Yes.
once they develop that talent or skill God bless them with, they will definitely be successful.
Right.
But if children don't want to do anything but lounge around and have the easy life,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot allow them to do that.
No.
And they just depend on you. And some parents, I have to plug this here, some parents feel that their whole mission in life is to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't ever want their child to
Children to grow
leave
up.
and grow up and leave.
Mhm.
So they don't mind keeping their child under their
Definitely
roof.
not this culture. I don't know anybody in this culture who feels that way, Jason.
Some
We're talking
parents,
about them other people.
boy,
Usually
listen,
we kick our
I ain't
children out of the
calling
house
names,
way
no.
too soon.
No.
Like,
Some parents out there, they
Oh, Lord.
even if the child has to leave, it's like the child's still coming back and mommy's
Well,
still
yes,
being mommy
that's
and daddy.
true.
Like they're still
That's
meddling in their
true.
child's life, wouldn't let the child grow up. The child only wants to leave the home when it's beneficial to them, but when it's
Mm-hmm.
time to eat, cook, wash their clothes or get to take
Yes,
care of, okay,
yes.
they don't mind being a child, but the minute they want to go out partying or just do their own
Yes.
thing, no, I's adult now. And
that's
some
true.
parents okay with
Allow
that
it, yeah.
because they want to be parent for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they try to hurry up and encourage their child to have children so they can now be parent to the grands. But that's a whole other
Devil is
show.
a liar.
Not because you don't want to do it, Cheryl.
No.
anyway. Yeah, so it definitely they need an education,
Mhm,
right? And I have 6 on the list, basic life skills.
mhm.
And that covers cooking, cleaning,
Yes.
managing your finances,
Yes, budgeting,
see,
yes.
and budgeting and all that stuff,
Yeah.
being able to take care of yourself, and that's what you say, self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You have to start training your child from young. Give them responsibility, give them chores when they are, clean,
Yes.
wash up, clean.
Yes.
You have to do that to them.
Yes.
Stop doing everything for your child because you won't be there all their
Yeah.
life. So when they move on their own, they got to be able to clean for themselves. You don't want to be living in pigsties, even though some people are comfortable living like that.
Yes.
They got to be able to cook. But then you got them who could just buy, why I got to cook and I could just go
Buy food.
buy
yeah.
food,
Yeah.
which isn't healthy.
Right.
You got to be able to take care of yourself, exercise, and then you got to be able to manage your funds. You can't be buying food, eating out, partying, shopping, all this stuff. So
Yes.
and you have to live on a budget and then you don't want to be paying rent or whatever. So these are basic life skills you have to teach our children. And sadly enough, a lot of Bahamian parents don't have these conversations with their kids.
No, they don't. We don't.
Especially the managing money part.
Yeah.
Especially because the parents haven't mastered it.
That's true too.
So the parents haven't mastered it, and rather than them looking at it as a downfall, they celebrate it. I hear some people, well, you can die owing somebody, so I can live my life.
Yeah.
They just terrible with their money.
Yeah.
They would look a certain way. They'd rather look like a millionaire than live like a one.
Yeah.
They'll give this facade that they have all these name brand stuff and the hair did and they're
Yeah.
driving this. But
Yeah.
then when you go look to where they live in, wow, somebody actually live in this house?
Yeah.
Or you see this-
$300 purse with
Yep.
$10 in it.
Or if they got $10.
Mind your business,
This nice car, fresh on, big rims, shining. What they say, the car wet, big system in it. And they living in a clapboard or a cardboard house. I mean, you could see outside. You look up on the ceiling and you could look
Oh, right,
outside
we
at
get
the
the
stars.
point.
So
Yeah,
they rather
not
look
financially savvy.
right.
But but that is the thing. And then we have that's so important.
Yes.
So important, especially for my kids are younger when they're getting ready to leave home. We should not encourage our children, and that's one problem I think in our culture. We encourage our children to leave home so quickly
Too soon.
when to go and pay rent.
They're right, go into debt.
To
We
go
send them into debt.
Exactly, we send them into debt. We need to encourage our children, and a lot of times it's because we don't want them home being adults.
Right.
Right? Because we feel like, okay,
That's another
you man, you want get out my house, or you're a woman, get out my house. But our culture is the only culture that does that.
That's right.
If you
We
look at
are
other
the only
cultures,
culture that does
they
it.
have their children home until they own property.
That's right. That's
until
right.
they own things.
That's right. In
and you
fact,
have them,
they let them build right next to them and say, okay, that's where we can
Thank
help you.
Right.
Generational wealth.
Yes.
If they fall on hard times, they're right next door.
But as soon as our children get of age,
Get
they
out.
want to buy a car and we kick them out to go.
Right. And like
they
you
live
said,
from hand to mouth and takes years to catch themselves.
right.
And the
Send them
cycle
into debt
continues.
because that's all we knew. And mind you, we know that's not the best way, because,
Exactly.
I struggle with y'all. Okay, why not you set your child up so they don't have to
Have
struggle?
to struggle, yes.
Okay, that's another mouth. They're an adult. That you should have raised your child to be respectful to you so that they can live in the same house with you. So, and just let your child stay there. They don't have to stay there for free.
Right.
If they get a job, they can help you with the bills or buy their own grocery. You got to pay your own rent anyway. Why not? It'll be easier if your child, they're helping you maybe pay the light bill, pay the phone bill. So you all help each other.
Right.
But like you say, we want to kick them out, send them into that. I tell my children, listen, stay here. Once you abide by the rules, stay here as long as you need to.
Absolutely.
Just abide by the rules. Be respectful.
be respectful,
You could be
yeah.
as long as you live.
Right.
You want to be. I ain't
Right.
kicking you out.
Right.
Because I want to set you up better than I was.
Absolutely. Yes.
I want to set you up for success.
Right.
But sadly enough, I don't know. We say we love our children. Do you love them
But love is
well enough?
hard. We have to love them even when it's hard,
Yes,
and even when you have to do hard things.
correct.
But a lot of time we want to love in comfort,
That's
and
it.
love is not always that way.
Cheryl, love is a commitment. Love
Yes.
is not a feeling. Love is a commitment of doing what's right for that person in spite of
And
how
it
you
can be
feel.
painful sometimes. A lot of
Love
times,
is
yeah.
love is not a good feeling. It's a
Yeah.
feeling. Now there's some repercussions of love that hey, okay, you get to get what they call it, some fruits from love that brings joy sometimes, but
Right.
love also brings pain.
Absolutely.
And we don't look at that. So I don't understand though. You struggled. You say you love your child. If you love them, why not do all you can so they don't have to struggle? They don't
Struggle as
fall
well.
into the same pitfalls
Yeah.
you did. which means sometimes having a hard conversation too. Yeah, I fall down, I do this, I was sleeping around and I was partying, and I really was wrong. Don't do that. You know? I was taking my money and buying clothes and
Exactly.
cars and stuff and traveling. Don't do that.
Right.
You know? Have the conversations. Yeah, daddy messed up. I didn't have it all right. I know sense now, so be better than me. You know, so we gotta have those conversations. And that leads right into the next one: romantic relationships and families. How many failed relationships are happening there? I mean, I think every second we talk, that's a failed relationship.
Really? You
Happening,
have
right?
statistics on that, Jason?
I believe so, because people hopping in and out, they just switching out so
Yeah.
much, you know, because they don't know, they haven't learned how to do relationship right. You know, and
We have a selfish approach.
yeah, Cheryl,
Yeah.
you know, when your relationship fail, it kind of affects how you maneuver through life. A broken heart affects your job.
Of course.
A broken heart affects how you see life. And
Yeah, your perspective is skewed. Yes.
so
it does.
you would want your child to have a successful relationship. You would want them to learn how to successfully navigate
Right.
through relationships.
Right.
So
And even teaching them the weight, teaching them the
That's what I'm
weight.
talking about.
You know, especially I talk to 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds saying, your parents know you have a boyfriend? Yes. Yes. So it's like, and
Wow.
I would normally say, even, you know, I'm glad I don't have to raise any children that age at this time
At
in
this
my
time,
life,
right.
Jason.
but you do,
Because
you're the village, you're part of the village.
When you say, well, that's true, but I'm saying, you know, in terms of that emotional aspect,
Yes.
because I said, when you get in a relationship and you are emotionally involved, especially a female, it is so hard.
Yes.
When you are 14, 15, you get your heart broken. It
You can't
affects your
focus.
whole world.
You can't focus.
Exactly.
Cheryl,
And this is
adults.
not something that I can relate to at that age. You know,
Right.
I had my heart broken much later in life, but I can imagine these, you know, because when we were that age, Jason, we
Man,
were climbing
playing
trees
and
and
playing,
whatever.
getting dirty, looking at girls, man. I mean, for me,
we were.
I dirty boy.
Exactly. We weren't into
I
those
was into
things.
playing, Cheryl, but adults
But
can't navigate through these broken
Exactly,
hearts.
So,
Through cheating and betrayal and stuff like that.
but
Adults
these are
have
the conversations that are necessary.
right. You know what? I spoke with, I can't remember which daughter it was. Maybe, anyway, I spoke to my children. Don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was all. And I asked, I say, okay, so why do you want to have a girlfriend or boyfriend? Why do you think you should have a girlfriend or boyfriend? Tell me what benefit you hope to gain by having a girlfriend or boyfriend in school. Tell me what it is. I say, talk to me. Tell me.
Right.
Sell it to me. And if you can't sell it to me, then you don't need to have it. And then I tell them saying that you can't sell it to me. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. You interested in this girl or boy. They go talk to another girl or boy, and because you feel that's your person,
Right.
now you feel you have some kind of ownership to them, and because
Yes.
they doing this, and now you arguing or you getting a fight, you're heartbroken, you can't focus in school. You think you could come home to me with a bad grade because you're
Yeah,
heartbroken? Boy, I
because-
would knocked up. I say, so why they have to be a girlfriend or boyfriend? Why they can't just be a
Be
friend?
a friend.
What?
Yes.
So it don't make no sense. Girlfriend and boyfriend can want to do girlfriend and boyfriend things. So that's all I can say,
yeah.
parents. That's all
We
I can
have to
say.
teach
Stop
them
being
to-
so liberal and
Yes.
allowing these children to get into
These little
adult situations because you as an adult know you can't handle it.
Exactly.
When your partner betrays you.
And all because they're lazy.
That's all
Parents
it
are
is, lazy,
They
don't wanna
wanna
do the
hold their
job.
children accountable
Yes.
and spend time with them.
That's it.
So they leave them to these devices.
Yes.
That takes up their time. And a lot of these relationships they're maintained on the devices.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, because
yes.
they don't get, time
Oh,
to
if I had my way,
maintain
my kids wouldn't get a
these
cell phone till they graduate high school.
relationship. Yeah.
I could
they
tell you that.
shouldn't.
I could tell you
They
that. If
should
I could
not.
go back to do it
The
over
amount of
again.
damage
The
that's done on
foolishness
these
and these
devices.
things.
Yes.
The predators have
So-
access to these children.
So a lot of our problems, Jason, a lot of the reasons why children are not prepared properly for success is lazy parenting.
Yes. Yes.
Lazy or non-existent parenting.
I agree 100%.
You know, we have a lot of children who are in homes who are not being parented. They are just living
Raising
under
themselves.
the roof and they are just
TikTok raising them.
There, yeah.
TikTok raising them.
Yes.
Oh, I learned this from
Dear
TikTok.
God, help
I heard
us.
this on TikTok. Yeah, you could do this. Where you learn that from? Well, I picked that up on TikTok. Jeez. TikTok got them. TikTok got them. So like you say, lazy parenting.
Yes.
So we got to teach our children, if they want them to be successful, and you say you love them, and I would think you would want them to be successful, we have to have candid conversations with them on how to have successful relationships and when to
Yes.
have those relationships. Because families come in with that. So we want them to talk about, to be able to maintain their families.
Right.
You don't want no teenager trying to maintain a family. We've seen
No.
it, and it doesn't work. It's failing. So last but not least, preparing your children for the job market. Listen, like I mentioned earlier, when I sat in those interviews, we asked 3 questions, and almost every interviewer will ask these same questions. Tell me about yourself.
That should
How
be the
could you
easiest
not
thing.
be able to talk about yourself? So
Yeah.
they can't express themselves. They know what they want to say, but they don't know how to say it,
Say it.
right?
Wow.
The next one was, tell me about the job you're applying for. So tell me
Wow.
about us.
Yes.
So
you
you're
have
applying-
to go and
you're applying-
research
so-
about the job.
I don't know.
Wow.
And you're applying for a job to my company,
Right.
but you can't tell me about my company?
That would have been the last question. That should have been the last question.
Yeah, right. And then the next one, why should we hire you? They can't answer these 3 basic questions. Some of them fumble through it. And I don't want to just say it was men, right?
Right.
Because we had a few females too. And that's what was shocking. The females
Females?
couldn't do it. And so
Usually
I
females
said,
are great
right,
talkers,
they
and
usually are great
they can
talkers.
just- yeah.
Now they fumble on one, I wouldn't say they fumble on 3 of the questions, but
Yeah.
they fumble on some of the questions. And I was like, what? Our youth,
Yeah.
who's
Those
teaching them to
basic
prepare
things,
them
yeah, those-
so
yeah.
they are not being prepared for success? So the parents are sending their children out into the field, go get a job. So what? The person can just hire you because, hey, I want a job?
Right.
Parents, you need to speak to your children, grandparents as well. Teach them how to sell themselves, how to market themselves.
Yeah.
If you can send them to school, pick up on those points as well. Teach them how to market them. They should be able to articulate
Yeah.
with some
And
sort of
yeah,
sense.
this should come out in regular conversations, you know.
Right.
Your child should be able to say what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their hobbies are, what they like to do, you know, because these are basic things.
Basic.
But we don't have these conversations with our children.
We don't talk to them about managing money. We don't talk about them about good relationships. We don't talk about them about in the job field. We don't talk about them about their discipline. Like you say, not having respect for
Right.
authorities. We're not parenting. We're lazy.
No.
Again, we come back to
because,
parenting.
but because a lot of times I think most of the conversations that happen with children in homes are specifically about just something
Yeah.
to do. It's not,
Shallow.
you know, exactly. It's not worthwhile, valuable conversation.
Right.
You know,
Right.
It's you do the dishes, or you didn't do the dishes, or
Right.
you clean your room, you didn't, you get ready for school, you did your homework, you do whatever.
Superficial,
Just
something
basic-
shallow.
Yes.
You don't know where your child head is at. You don't know if, like you said, in order for your child to be successful, they should be able to navigate this life without you around. And if they can't do it now, you should have a clear path on how to get them to do that.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to know that if I release my children right now, they may struggle a bit, but I know they're okay.
Yes.
They
That's
will
important.
survive.
Yes. That's
You know?
very important.
No one will take
That should be
advantage
a
of them.
Big sigh of relief.
It is.
For you.
So I say, okay, I did a little bit of decent job
Mm-hmm.
because I could sit back now and, okay, I could smile. They know how to fend for themselves.
Right.
But a lot of people are not doing that. And it was so apparent. And like I said, these people weren't, the ages were from 19 to 30, early 30s. And some people struggled with some of those basic things. And then at the end, of course, we want to know, do you have any questions for us, the interviewers? No, not at this time. Teach your children how to fill out a resume and make sure the resume, what on their resume lines up.
With reality.
Because somebody say they are clear, they are good at communication, they have good skills in communicating. But when we talk to them, it's like,
Maybe they mean written communication.
this is your resume. This is because for communication, you failed that.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, you know?
Yeah.
teach your child, man. Talk to them. Have deep, meaningful conversations with them so that they can be successful.
Yeah.
So, in our wrap up,
Yeah, I think it's well, preparing your children for the world. Let me just say it's the most important job you're ever going to do.
yes,
I've said that a million times, and I always say it. It is the most important
the most.
thing that you are going to do, preparing your child for life or an existence without you. And I think that has to be taken seriously. I think we have to let our children know that your life is like your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's your business, and you're gonna have to make sure that you maintain your life and all of the resources that come with that. You are going to be the most, that business that you're selling, that you're maintaining, that you're valuing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's important for us to do that. If you don't do that as a parent, you have failed as
Very
a
much so.
person. You know, you cannot be great on the job and great here, great there, and you don't raise your children,
Correct.
properly.
Correct.
You once you're a parent, that's the most important thing. And if you
Yes.
haven't done that, you're a failure.
Yes.
You're
Agreed.
a failure. Period.
Agreed.
And so we have to start modeling the right things. But then, we're talking about preparing our children for success when we just have some people who, you can't prepare success if you yourself
Not
haven't
success.
reached that level. So we're talking about, so as a parent, you have to ace these areas
Yeah.
too. So you have to set a standard
Yes.
spiritually, and all of these things,
Yes.
accountability. You have to set a standard for yourself
Yes.
before you're
definitely.
gonna prepare your children
Definitely.
to have that expectation. So we probably need to start there.
Yeah. Because children see us more than they
Yeah,
hear us.
absolutely.
And we reproduce what we
what
are.
we are.
So definitely
So so we have a lot of
work to do.
people have work to do in themselves.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But-
So what am I asking you for?
But we can coach. We can, but see,
Mhm,
some of us we've made mistakes
mhm.
and we failed in certain areas. We can't hide those.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into details with our children on how we failed.
Yeah.
We could just say we failed in this area, and I don't want you to fail in this area.
Exactly. I want
So
you to be
do
better
better,
than me. Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to do all I can to provide
Yeah.
you resources so that you can be more successful than I
Right.
was. Whether that is providing you with literature, giving you the education, having you in environments that will cause you to
Right.
develop your best self. That's still a job for us as parents. So don't look at yourself, okay, I failed at marriage, I failed on the job, I failed with my health. No, you have the best lesson. That failure taught you,
Right.
right?
But I want to
Use
say
that
this
as a
too.
lesson.
Since I feel like it's lost cause talking to parents, I just, because based on what I've seen, oh my gosh, it appears that we have a lot more persons doing it wrong than those who are doing it right.
Yes.
So I want to encourage persons who are doing it right, just continue to do that.
Yes.
But for the rest of us, it really takes all of us.
Yes.
All of us. So whatever it is that we can do to invest in the people that we see, we have to do whatever it takes. It really still takes a village. And even if your help may not be appreciated, we still have to try to help.
Yes.
And don't withhold your help because of one maybe one
Yes,
bad apple, one
correct.
negative response.
Correct.
But we have to continue to help as much as we can
Correct.
because it's all our problem. It's all of our responsibility.
Mr. Producer.
Why are we still getting calls? We're trying to wrap up. Jason wants to be here forever.
Let's talk. You're calling us so late. Go ahead. Let's see what you got to say.
Yeah, Jason, it's me again.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes, what I used to tell my sons, especially my sons, they don't have to make their own mistakes. They can learn from other people's mistakes too.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
also a good thing. But I go on this. There's some real issues out there that sometimes you don't hear it in church. A lot of people don't talk about it. There's things called generational curses
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that you got to
Yep.
be mindful of.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
So I'll go on that one.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you. And that's where that first point, your relationship with Jesus, will fix all of that.
Break that.
Generational curses are real, but a relationship with Jesus will teach you how to deal with all of that. So first and foremost, plant that seed, build that foundation, and then you could go up from there. So those, like, to piggyback off Cheryl, what she said, let it be said that you offered your help and it was turned away rather than you not helping at all. Help as much as you can when you can. And don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Those of us who are doing it correctly, we have to expand our territory. Whoever is in our environment, we're responsible for whoever's in our environment, whether that's our children or not. So don't be afraid to speak up. Those who are doing it right, you have to speak up because like Cheryl said, there's a lot more not doing it right than there are who are doing it right. And so those of us, or those of you who are doing it right, need to step up and do the job that you are called to do. We want our children to be successful because they are the future. If they are failing, say goodbye to the future. That's all I can say. We want a bright future, so let's invest in our children. Let's prepare them for the future and do all we can. Wherever we have failed, admit it and show them a better way. Let them learn from our mistakes so that they don't have to repeat it.
Yes. Agreed.
Let's equip our children for success. We're only looking out for ourselves when we do that, you know. Let's be selfish. So
that's true.
this has been a real episode of Let's Talk. We thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again, same time, same place next week.
Good night.
Peace.